Well, I don't know why, but I am wide awake at 7:05, 7:06 in the morning. Whew, it is chilly. I went with the vest. No, not a good idea for this morning. 25 Fahrenheit. Let me see. But what, gonna be -5 or so? No wind, but got some horses to go with this morning. Now, we didn't get to go with all the 3-year-olds yesterday. Jason wanted to train, I think he said there was 4. So, Tactical Mounds, Landing Strip, Smoking Hot Irish Girl. Who would the 4th one be? Somebody. There's a 4th horse. Whoever the 4th horse is that you guys haven't heard of out of Ohio yet, that horse is training today. This will be a 1.5 miles. Probably a little bit of a stiff 1.5 miles in preparation of probably the race bike next week. So that would be, a little chilly. That would be probably 19, 108, 104. I would suspect somewhere around there today. Ish. Man, what a great night last night. You know, even though James left me high and dry on training day, he did me a favor because it was raining all yesterday. You know, it was funny because I had talked to Amy. I didn't get done. Didn't really get back to the house. I get back at the house in time to have a shower and go have supper with Dr. Latessa. So we get to just take some time and go over some of the horses and how they're progressing. And I wanted to talk a little bit more about Gold Bug Hanover. So that was good. It was kind of how I explained it to you. And I was going to get him to do a video, but I didn't have my car, and I wasn't just going to hold it. So if he's around this morning, though, I will get him to do a video and talk about that membrane that is swollen and causing some airway obstruction in Gold Bug and how they're going to alleviate that at Brown Clinic. I told him yesterday about, is it Brown Clinic or Brown University? He said, it's both. It's Brown Clinic here. Brown University is pretty prestigious university on the East Coast, I think he said. So I was a little mixed up. I said, Brown University, it sounds right, but then they have a surgeon named Dr. Brown. Must be a pretty prestigious surgeon to name the university after him. What you do? So, so yesterday got to have dinner and relax, and because it was such a great day yesterday, but such a long day. Got to go to Big D's and then come back, drop the stuff off at the barn. And I was talking to Amy, and she said, oh my God, it's a blizzard here right now. I said, a blizzard? Jesus. It might be a little nippy here, but it's been nice all day for the most part. I didn't get the words out of my mouth. Little snowflakes started. By the time I got back, even just to the house, 5, 6, 7 minutes down the road, it was raining and snowing. So the night ended up being kind of a miserable night. But not for us, it didn't. Yo Mister looked very, very good. I told everybody, and you guys know this, you got to do right by the horse. You got to take your time, and it's a process. Whether it be Looks Like Money, who's like makes that immediate impact that we were hoping for. Yo Mister, who's found his way now. He's had a couple little hiccups, so we had to scratch him because he had that splint that was bothering him. But looked good in the preparation before that and looked great last night. So he looks very, very good as we enter that series. That was pushed back to, people said, well, I thought, what series? Wasn't it supposed to be like 2 weeks ago? Yeah, they pushed it back. They didn't have enough entries. You believe that? So they pushed it back a little bit. But Yo Mister looked sharp going into that series. And then we came here, and somebody messaged me before the races and said, hey, do you like Columbus? I like how he qualified. Now, qualifiers are qualifiers. If that qualifier shows up tonight in the race, yeah, I like Columbus. Because he's so, he can scream off the car like he did last night. There's no concern about getting him spotted, mostly. He's pretty sure-footed that way, trotting-wise. I've seen this guy now about 12 times when I come to, you can't see the guy in the green, in the back window there? He walks up and down this road, shadow boxing. Who does that? He's diligent, if nothing else. Maybe he's Apollo Creed, I don't Or Rocky. So Columbus, yeah, he can blast off the car, and he's sure-footed. So it's not like I'd like to get a spot with him. You can get any spot you want with him, especially in a maiden. And the thing I liked about him last night, he relaxed on the front. He was able to rate him, and then when that horse came to him, very un-Columbus-like, didn't just put up a tussle, drove away from them. So it just goes to show you, and this is what we love. This is what I love, especially about horse racing, is that although you're pretty sure, you never really know, right? You're never really positive. And when it comes to, I'll tell you what, if you're visiting Northfield Park, just be aware, on the strip of road coming into and out of Northfield Park, there is an inordinate amount of police presence all the time. Now, that road is a 25 mile an hour speed limit, maybe 35. I think it's 25 though. And you do not want to speed on it. I get pulled over once. I didn't get a ticket, but I get pulled over once on there. And they must be here all the time, because the people that drive up and down that road, they obey the speed limit. Nobody goes blasting down that road at 50 miles an hour. Never. So, Columbus was great. As they said, maybe he turned the page. He's got 2 charted lines as a 3-year-old. One was an impressive qualifier, and one was a jogging win in the maiden. Now, it's quite a step to the numbers of 2, so we'll see. Actually, he fits at one more start, I think, that class. And then he has to move up, but he looked great last night. And then Stonebridge Acadi, that was the same trip I gave him in the mud last week. And I told you guys, we had some changes. One, look under the hood and see what was going on with Stonebridge Acadi. This is well documented all last week. Look under the hood and see what was up with Stonebridge Acadi. Didn't race as well as we'd hoped. Didn't do as well. Didn't seem to have the same pop that he had. Remember, I had told you, was it because he had got back from down south 72 hours before he raced? I wasn't sold on that explanation. Then Dr. Latessa and Jason went over the horse. Feet were sore, hind ankles were sore. And remember, we talk about loading weight. Because he had some aches and pains down low, his back was quite tight also. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that Dr. Latessa did his stifles with iodine, did his back, injected those hind ankles. And for the front feet, all they did was change the shoes. We went from a normal full swed shoe, which is just a very, very, probably the most normal shoe in racing, to a flip-flop. So it went to, I don't know what, now that I say it, I don't know what, I assume they kept the full swedge and went with a full swedge and a flip-flop on the horse. Now, for those of you, every horse is different, but you can clearly see the difference. The night I won with him here and I backed him out around them and he finished hard down the lane and drove away, he was good. He was really good that night. And last week he wasn't. And I think when you see the shoeing change and the veterinarian work done on the horse and see the difference in him, that was a Stonebridge Acadi that I was pretty sure was here, but wasn't present last week. And it wasn't his fault. The horse was just dealing with a number of things that were bothering him. Hind ankles, they're a bugger. They bite them a lot, and they can't push off. When you see horses that usually can leave the gate good, but start falling off the screen or making breaks at the gate, a lot of the times now, there's a number of ways to interpret it. It can be their feet, which is usually a flashpoint on trotters. But in this case, I'm not so sure it was. Was it the mitigating factor that made his hind ankle sore? That he was loading a little bit of weight behind, his sesamoids got a little sore behind, then his back got tight, so on and so forth? Or was it that his feet were a little sore and he's got sesamoids that bother him behind? It could be either. And it doesn't matter. All of them are very manageable and treatable. As you could see last night, the horse certainly looked very, very good. Luke drove him good too, which was nice because, when I can be somewhere and I'm not, and something goes wrong, it makes me feel like I let everybody down. And when I get to sit somewhere and relax and watch our horses win, man, it's a great feeling to just be an owner for the night. It's a great feeling. So to my partners on all the horses last night, whether it be Mister or whether it be Columbus or whether it be Stonebridge Acadi, a great night for us indeed. Now, still pretty early here. I don't see a lot of commotion in the barn. A little chilly this morning, as I said. We're up to 26 Fahrenheit. Now, we have 4 3-year-olds to train. Now, Prince Charmer, I told you guys we were being very cautious with him yesterday. Didn't want to train him because he was acting a little funny. He acted great yesterday. He was ripping at his bucket at lunchtime. $8 lunch. I assume much the same for supper. We're going to take a look at him. We're going to take a look at him right now, and if he looks good, ate his breakfast and feels good, he's not missing this week's training. He is going out to train right now. And there's one of Jason's horses there going out. That's took a dive off Dipper going out. Okay. And then, I thought about it some more, and I talked to Jason a little bit yesterday. And Southwind Digit, I watched that replay. There was no need for that break. And I want to get a good look at her today. So I think we might start tinkering with her, put the hobbles on her, and I might actually go a mile with her today. James doesn't like the penalty box. James does not like the, if they train bad today, they train again tomorrow. He's not a big fan of that. But I am. If they can. I mean, if there's something wrong with the horses, then by all means don't do that. But if it's just they're in a funk or they just weren't good that day, then yeah, they might end up doing it again today. So Digit likely going today. Prince Charmer likely going today. I'm going to train, might even school. Oh my gosh, I don't know if Jason has him down to train twice in the race bike or to school. I'm not sure yet, but he is slated to go today. And then we have the 5 qualifiers. Let's see if I can get the qualifiers right. Put a lot of pressure on myself here. We have High Enterprise and Coupe de Ville. I got that one right. We got Mo Power Baby. I got that one right. We got Leaps and Bounds. So we're up to 4. Who's the 5th? Leaps and Bounds. Swinging Senorita. Got all 5 again today. Anyway, once that's over, because I was up so early, I may have a little nap before I head back to Ontario, but that will be it for my day today. Do we have anything going to? I don't think we have anything racing today. No, they don't race here. We have nothing in the Meadows, unless Stacy has something in. No, World for 2 raced. Yo, Mr. raced. I don't think we're racing in. Oh, no. Yes, we are. More Than You Know is racing at Flamborough tonight. So, for my partners at More Than You Know, good luck. I will talk to you all soon. I will likely do a little video on the way home talking about the qualifiers, the potential schooler, and all the horses I trained this morning. So, I'll let you go. Enjoy your morning wherever you are. If you're in Ohio, get a hot drink. A little chilly today. Take care.